guys, it's Brittany. So welcome to my first video of my new playlist on my channel, which is called Ghost Stories, where I tell you guys ghost stories. Ghost stories that you guys have actually requested for me to do and ones that I found on my own. Two of you requested this story, which is about Resurrection Mary. I've been reading about it for a while now because I was just like really drawn to it and I really like the story. And I've been watching videos of it on YouTube and it's just like really scary. I also have a book that I showed you before, my ghost hunting book, and it has Resurrection Mary in it, and I was reading about it, I was like, oh my god. So I wanted to make a video about it, and I wanted it to be the first video in this playlist because it's really creepy. Resurrection Mary is one of the most famous ghost stories in Chicago. This story takes place outside of the Resurrection Cemetery in Justice, Illinois, which is a few miles southwest of Chicago. So the legend goes that Mary was at the Henry Ballroom with her boyfriend for the evening. They apparently got into some argument and then Mary stormed out. She left the ballroom and she started walking up Archer Avenue. She was then struck and killed by a hit-and-run driver who then fled the scene, leaving Mary to die. So of course Mary died and she was buried in the Resurrection Cemetery in her favorite white gown. Now the hit-and-run driver was never found. Also, Mary died in 1934, 1 month before her 21st birthday. There have been a lot of sightings of Mary, especially in dance clubs. That's where a lot of people have seen her, and there was actually one man in particular, and he claimed to have danced with Mary, and he had a conversation with her, and he even drove her home. Well, he tried to drive her home and she wanted him to stop in front of the Resurrection Cemetery. He watched her walk in and she disappeared when she was going through the gates. She actually like walked through the gates like a typical ghost would, and he was in shock and he just didn't know what to think. So the next day he actually went to Mary's house, because I meant to say a little while ago that Mary told him where she lived, like her actual house. So he went there the next day and he asked if Mary was home. And Mary's mom said there's no one here by the name of Mary. And then he saw a picture of Mary like behind the mom and he said, that's the girl I was with last night. And then she finally said that was her daughter named Mary and that she died 5 years ago. I was watching an interview with this man on YouTube and he said when he was dancing with Mary that night, she was ice cold, just freezing, and he thought that was really weird. And so now it kind of all makes sense to him that like she's a ghost. He was dancing with a ghost, he was hanging out with the ghost, he was in a car with the ghost, and then she went to the cemetery where her body is. So that's really scary, and that would probably like haunt me for the rest of my life if I was that man and if that happened to me. Another well-known sighting of Mary is about a man driving a taxi cab. He was going down Archer Avenue and he saw a woman wearing a white gown and she was kind of glowing, he said, which is like, if a person is glowing, then like, wouldn't you automatically think she's a ghost? If I saw that, I would be like, that's a ghost, because she was outside of the Resurrection Cemetery late at night. And this taxi driver, he was apparently lost, so he stopped in front of her. He asked her how to get back into town, and then she apparently got into the back seat and she wanted him to take her home. So he was driving and then she automatically just wanted him to stop, and then they were right outside the Resurrection Cemetery, like the gates, the opening of it, and then she just vanished. So that was really scary for him too, and he was just like, what the heck? He didn't see her leave the cab, he didn't even hear the door close, she just vanished inside his cab. To this day, Mary is seen inside of dance clubs, taxis, and strolling around the outside of the Resurrection Cemetery, looking for somebody to take her home, as the legend says. I actually live down the street from a cemetery called Resurrection Cemetery, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Fun little fact right there. So anyways guys, I hope you liked my first ghost story. I know it's like kind of different lighting. There's like a flashlight on me. I wanted it to be kind of creepy, kind of different, with everything just being dark and a flashlight being, you know, shining on me. And I'm also wearing a white dress because I wanted to look like Mary. Mary also has blonde hair, but she has blue eyes. I have brown eyes. But yeah, I kind of wanted to like look the part, to be kind of creepy. I originally wanted to film this actually at a cemetery, but it's really loud outside with all like the crickets and stuff, so I couldn't really do that. All my links are in the description below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!